Plants are making you weak, I promise you. You have to understand that when we invented agriculture, it was a steep drop off after that. That our brain size decreased, the modern diseases of civilization that didn't exist before then suddenly popped up. We were not an unhealthy species. We wouldn't have survived the Ice Age if we were meant to have sore joints once we hit 30. We're supposed to, brain fog, I need, some gas station pouches or a coffee or whatever. No, that's just a byproduct of modernity and being weak, essentially, right? So the story I want to tell you guys is that, for most of my life, I told you guys many times before, I was a runt physically. As a result, in a modern American world where, your social status as a kid basically depends on your athletic ability. I had none of that, right? So I just didn't fit in. I was I wasn't mute, but I basically wouldn't even talk to anybody because I couldn't even think straight. I had stomach issues. I remember some of my earliest memories, likely because I had a procedure done for a hernia that I had when I was 2 years old. They likely gave me a lot of antibiotics, and this destroyed my gut because one of my earliest memories is just excruciating stomach pain. And then that likely led to all the skin stuff that I dealt with, the mental stuff that I dealt with. And then at the same time, just being a kid that, walked the mile for, an hour instead of running it like all the other kids and being able to play soccer and football with them and everything. That wasn't me. And most people living that life nowadays descend into just their hole, into their cave, because their body is made up of straw rather than bricks. Their brain is made up of straw rather than bricks, because everything that you are made of, every single cell in your body is made up of something that you at one point ate. So if you're eating even the protein bars and stuff with all the slop in it, I want to say a different word before slop, but you know what I mean. When you're eating that stuff, man, then your brain is made of slop. But two, if your brain is made up of fruit and, avocado and all these less bioavailable nutrients rather than 4 friggin' pounds of meat like me, eggs, butter, all the delicious stuff, every single thing that goes into my body ends up turning into tons of muscle, brain power, cholesterol, all the good stuff, all the stuff that you need. And as a result, testosterone through the roof, muscle gain through the roof, fat loss, can't even keep the fat on me. And yet, I am probably 10 hours into working today. Woke up really early, and that's another thing. I used to wake up after 10 hours of sleep and I was still tired. And now that's gone. You guys have to understand, this is so much more than just a diet. This isn't a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's very easy. You gotta get over the hump. But once you get over the hump, you're set sailing. I'm never gonna stop this. I'm not fighting to keep going. It's easy. I love this life that I live now. And I got there because I did what other people weren't willing to do. Most people aren't, I don't want to eat, a bunch of steak. I like my pickle and my avocado. Not going to make it. So, you have to understand. You have the choice. I could have stayed that grain muncher. I could have stayed listening to the doctors. Oh, they would look at my horrible skin. Oh, it's not diet related. Here, just take this. Oh, your gut. That's not diet related, but let's get you in for a colonoscopy in your early 20s. The system is designed to keep you weak and frail. Because on the flip side, when you figure this stuff out and your brain changes, you don't like authority. You don't like it when people try to suppress your natural health and you see everything going around you. And then you realize that the pain, the health problems, the shit physique that you were given, that was a blessing, because then that leads to you understanding, okay, more people need to hear about this. I take to social media, but you can take to just your family. Understand that, if something like diabetes or something runs in your family, or even the big C, or, anything like that, you understand that that's all like nothing. And that can all be fixed. And then you understand that your family, for the rest of your bloodline, is free of that, because not for lack of knowledge. Okay? So you don't know that knowledge until you learn it firsthand. But you don't learn it firsthand with half measures. You don't learn it firsthand by, I'm going to try for I'm like 90% there. Nope, you got to do it right. And then give yourself the physique with the training side of things so you understand what you can do with all this. Sorry, I'm trying to be weird, but that's how all this stuff goes. It's a rabbit hole. It's a massive rabbit hole. But at the end of the rabbit hole is understanding that God gave us everything that we need physically, health-wise. And if you go looking for that amongst men, amongst doctors, amongst, unemployed fitness influencers, you just end down a rabbit hole that takes years. It's an infinite trap where you're trying. I know so many people, like my dad, before I got him and all this stuff, he was trying to lose weight for like decades. Nothing happened. And then, he's down dozens of pounds of banging out chin-ups with weight. And he's like in his 60s, So it's just, that's where this stuff becomes magical, man, because when you deal with the struggle and pain that you were given by doing very simple things and doing the things other people aren't willing to do, you end up getting rewards for yourself, your family, your loved ones that other people don't get. Most people live in banking. So many guys, we're starting to get closer to 30. I don't know how you're still able to work out, man. And then they eat their sweet green bowl. They deserve that, because when they hear stuff like this, they turn a blind eye. So the choice is yours. The choice really is yours. I make hour-long videos breaking down to you guys how to do this stuff. And on the other side of that is not being, like, again, if I can go from complete freaking loser to where I am now, and you're not a complete loser, most of the guys that I talk with in the DMs, you guys are doing all right. But guess what? You could do so much better. There's a reason why I'm here and saying the things that I am and not the person I used to be. Okay? Because I put my hand to the plow and I worked smartly. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. So, again, watch my videos. DM me if you got any questions. I respond to everybody. And I tell all my guys, if you do exactly what I'm telling you to do each and every day, making these videos, you will get the physique, the health, the brain that you want. And as a result, the life that you want. But you just got to do it. You got to take the first step. So, hit me up if you need anything, and we'll go from there. Jesus King. Love you all. Peace.